Hi, Gemini. Welcome to your reading with me, Cindy, and Larry's ass. Larry's ass just came up. He's like, oh, we're doing a reading. I'm here for it. I'm here for it. I look handsome. There's my shot. There we go. You want to be in pictures. You're wonderful to see. Yeah, you're beautiful. Okay. Gemini, I've already pulled some cards out here. Your energy is really funny. It's to one extent, I can see how it's definitely you. One of the cards that came out, and then the other one, it's sort of an unexpected, but it's quite interesting. Move along now. There we go. Thank you, Larry. Thanks for coming in. Yep. Thanks for the cuddle. Okay. Your energy is fairy. You're the fairy. You're a fairy, but you're persevering. You're the fairy of perseverance. You're literally the fairy of perseverance. That's how your energy is coming through. Larry, no, it's not going to go well. Okay, you have to remember, you came into my space, and because I'm not doing exactly what you want, that's no reason to get mad at me. The fairy, right? The fairy possesses a lot of magical energy. The fairy is can influence animals and nature. Can influence energy. The fairy is also one that will help, like in the forest. The fairy, if one is lost, the fairy can be of great assistance. Now, if one is doing naughty things to the forest, like maybe you're picking things you shouldn't pick, or maybe you are disturbing something you shouldn't disturb, the fairy can also come in and be like a little benevolent energy at you. Now, it's funny though, as I look at this, it's almost like this dog is looking for the fairy, like persevering for the fairy. Are you persevering? Are you the fairy, or someone's persevering for you? Are you persevering for someone here? This is like somebody's kind of magical. I'm not going to go that way with the reading. It's just like it kind of came across right now. So that's a possibility for someone. I love you, but I don't know why you have to want to lay right where I'm doing. Here, let's do it like this. Let's have a moment. Hi. Yeah, you're a good boy. You're a baby? Are you a little baby? Are you? Did you used to be a wild, tough boy? Your dad used to be a wild, tough boy. Now you're a baby? Now you're a baby? Mm-hmm. Look at that. You know he always wanted to be a baby. Did you always want to be a baby? So I don't know. It's very uncomfortable with this conversation, woman. I'm going to go put Larry in the bed. We'll see if Larry stays in the bed. You'll leave that there? No. Yeah. Okay. Oh. No. Nah, Larry's out of here. He's like, that was too much mush. I can't take it. You believe that guy? He used to bite me in class. So he's like, I tamed the wild beast. Okay. So that's your energy, but, well, we got more to go here. Look at this underline. Talk about holy rising from the ashes. You have the phoenix and you have Astra, which is the symbol of sort of like the spring equinox and kind of symbolized by Easter, right? Which is a symbol of things being hatched and born here. So, the phoenix is such a wonderful energy because honestly, right, like rising from the ashes, but it's the energy of one that can go higher than they've ever gone before if they are able to leave their past behind. Like leave the past behind and you can soar higher than you've ever soared before. And then that takes like right into a rebirth here. Very biblical, kind of in a way, like very biblical. And maybe this is some sort of, spiritual ascension, like just even the metaphor of that, like to soar higher than you've ever soared before by leaving the past behind and be reborn. It is like a rebirth, to be reborn. But then it's like, okay, so if you're reborn as the fairy of perseverance. So I don't know what you're persevering, waiting for, or looking for, but you're magical. You're very magical. Maybe this is even talking about, like, maybe you've come into a really magical time here. Which, okay, now it's also interesting because, right, the fairy is described as one who can manipulate and also control, like, nature and animals. But there's something here that you can't control. Maybe it has to do with time, with perseverance. Like, it's like there's a lot of things that you have control over. So you may just naturally think, well, I can control everything. You can't control time. I feel like there's time with this perseverance. This is, okay, the other underline that I'm curious about here is you have teamwork and then guilt. What was that about? Is this someone who's almost feeling kind of guilty and like, I'm not going to go and talk? I don't know what that is. Teamwork, guilt. See, I have a lot of questions. That's why we need the tarot. So I'm going to do the Wizard's Tarot here. You don't got the fairy there. So you're a fairy. A fairy. Okay. I just feel like too, like this is, to me, this is how Gemini. I don't know. I have like one really, really close Gemini friend. And I've sort of known different Gemini's acquaintance, sort of like, but she would totally dress like that. Like, it's just, to me, it's just a Gemini energy. And it's fast and it's, you know, magical. And Mercury. Oh, yeah, Mercury. Maybe that's why I'm getting that impression too. Like Mercury just flutter here and there and everywhere. It does feel very like Gemini. Okay, you are fairy. Wow. You are that. Yes, the Lovers. That is you too. 6 of 6. 5 and 6. Yes. 114 is the fairy card. We add those numbers together, we get 6. And you have 5 and 6. 6. You are the fairy of partnership. Are you the fairy in a storyline here between yourself and another person? You are the fairy on a very important path and choice right now. But that's your tarot card. You are one of two. The Lovers. You are one of two. The Queen of Pentacles, the Wheel of Fortune, and the 6 of Swords. God has taken you on a new journey here. Leave the past behind. Okay, that makes sense. You are definitely going on a new journey with the Wheel of Fortune into the 6 of Swords. God is taking you on a new journey, and I want to say you've kind of hatched out into a new beginning for yourself here in a very magical way. What's the perseverance? Are you persevering being in the sidecar here while God is driving you into a new area, cycle in life? Tell me about perseverance. Oh, the Knight of Cups. Okay, perseverance. Affection, emotional affection, showing love, persevering, romantic intentions. The 10 of Cups, holy crap. No, this feels like somebody is waiting for you. Yes, the Ace of Swords, like a conference. Somebody is waiting for you to heal. Somebody's waiting for you here. You're the magical fairy of love. That too. The Lovers. You are the magical fairy of lovers. You are one of two here, and you are the fairy. Your other one here is a basset hound. You're the fairy, and your counterpart's a basset hound. So that's cute. I think they're pretty loyal. What do we need to know about basset hounds? Basset hounds. This is a nice companion. I don't know. This is like in terms of yeah, the Basset Hound is a friendly, outgoing, and playful dog, tolerant of children and other pets. Their temperament is typically mild and extremely devoted, though not timid. They are renowned for their gentle, maybe they are Gentiles, for their gentle, docile demeanor. Yeah. There you go. So where were we there? So it's really funny because it does kind of seem like, yeah, there's a perseverance. I'm wondering, okay, I think, you know, it could go either way. There is somebody else here in this reading for you, 100%, especially with the Lover's card. And you've got the 10 of Cups here. So you're on your way. I don't know. I just feel like there's someone here who really wants to make a romantic gesture towards you. But it's like you're far out in the woods. It's like you're far out in the woods. There's an energy that's separating you and someone else here. God is literally taking you down the path. I think it's also important to recognize, okay, you have a really strong magical ability here, but you are not in control of all of the elements around you. And I think that obviously time, there's something else here too, with maybe not getting lost down the wrong path. It's really important that you pay attention to the signs and the synchronicities. Like, I don't think that you're going to steer your way in the wrong direction here. The Lovers is also talking about making an important choice. It's like you made an important choice and now you're going. You're going in the direction that you are truly meant to be going in. There's probably going to be a lot of instances of, or having experiences where you sit back and go, whoa, that was freaky. That was very serendipitous, or like it just feels very magical. And something that you're experiencing along your path and your trail here. Certain things might happen out of the blue. A lot of times when like what I'm describing is happening to you, it kind of seems normal in the time. And then after the fact, like a day or two later, or maybe even a week, whatever it takes, you might look back on it and go, wait a second, that was really weird. Like, that was a little paranormal, okay? So you might have that happening, but I feel like when we're having a paranormal experience at the time, it doesn't feel like it. Like, it doesn't feel like we don't go, oh my God, I can't believe this is happening. It's weird. Like, it's almost like to explain it's not as unusual as we kind of have been taught that experiences like that are. But then once we get back into like usual world, or there's distance between that experience through time, we can look back on it and go, oh, that was crazy. How did I not like go, whoa, what is happening here? Okay. I had an experience that with literally a spaceship for myself and my friends. My Gemini friend was one of them. It was like just the most natural thing. We were experiencing it. And then literally though, we kind of snapped out of it after like 5 minutes after it gone by. And we're like, did that just happen? Like, I was going to ask you guys that. I thought everyone was acting normal. What the fuck? That's like your energy. Okay? You're going to have things, I don't know, maybe, I don't know if you're going to have spaceships, but, yeah, that was great. I'll tell you my story about the spaceship at the end of the reading. I think I've said it before on the channel, but I have like 4,200 videos on my channel, so you may not have heard it. But yeah, it's pretty cool. So the Knight of Cups, the Seven of Pentacles, the Queen of Wands, and the Eight of Swords. It's odd. It's almost like it's almost as if there's somebody waiting for you here. There's somebody waiting for you, but they can't see you. So I don't know if you haven't never met this person, or you and this person have already met and there's great distance. There's no communication. Yeah, like where? Where is Gemini? Well, Gemini's been busy. I can see that. Like Gemini's been having like a rebirth going on here. And then something changed for Gemini, like a big change that was probably unexpected and in itself serendipitous. The Ten of Cups. The Star. The Six of Pentacles. And the Moon. It's kind of like somebody trying to see you. Okay, it's almost like when Gemini is getting closer, I'll start to see the magic. It's almost as if, like, I don't know how to explain it. It's almost like there's like this magic bubble around you. And as you get closer, like magic starts to happen for someone else. When I hear the crow, that's a confirmation. Reading. So when somebody here is waiting for you, and as you get closer, the magic starts to happen in their life. I don't know if this is somebody that you've known before, and this person associates you with a lot of magic happening. But that's what this looks like. It's almost like whoever the basset hound is, maybe they have a basset hound. Whoever the basset hound is, they're literally waiting and watching for you. And they know that you'll be getting close when magic starts happening. And it's almost like maybe at first it's something very explainable. Well, you know, it's just that. And then a week later it's something else, and it could be kind of easily explained. But then there could be a couple of things that happen in a week. And then all of a sudden it's just like, oh, something's going on here. Something's changing. This is Gemini energy. I don't know. This is Gemini energy. I don't know why you're whining, Larry. The Lovers. The Seven of Wands. The Page of Pentacles. And the Three of Cups. Okay, this is somebody that I think you know. You do know this person. You do know this person. And this is someone that I'm going to say, A, the path is protected. But I also kind of get a strong sense with these cards that have come out. A, your path is protected towards this person. B, I feel like there was some sort of energy even like blocking you from this person. Either when you met them or when you were making a significant choice and this person was in your life. What's this Wheel of Fortune? Maybe magic was initiated between you and this person. Because this right, it just feels like all sorts of magic floating around. Did you meet this person or someone in the past here? And when you met this person, magic really like just exploded. There's been distance between you and this person, and it's almost like magic has subsided a bit. But right now, you two are facing it. You're almost sort of like walking on paths that are coming together. Magic is going to be increasing here. That's exactly what that is. Magic is going to be increasing. Each step forward, each day, it gets a little bit stronger. Because your paths are starting to converge. I don't know what the timeline is. The Wheel of Fortune. Damn, the High Priestess. Holy universal energies here. The Page of Cups. And the Devil. Jeez Louise. Okay. If this is you and another person, there is definitely an obstacle in the way. Or I don't know quite what this obstacle is, but I can say that it's not a permanent obstacle and it can be broken down literally even just with hope, goodwill. Hope and goodwill can break this energy down. Some sort of, could be a man-made structure, some type of contract or obligation with the Devil. Kind of feels like too when it feels like when like magic sort of exploded here between you and someone else. It's almost like Devil got into position. Devil got in position to try to block something. Could be karma as well from another, from something from your past. That's really interesting. Maybe it's flying over the Devil here. Because the Phoenix is talking about, right? You can fly higher than you've ever flown before if you leave your past behind. The Phoenix. And rebirth. Whoa. The Tower. Yeah. Rising from the ashes. Rising from some sort of destruction and catastrophe. The spring equinox. The Three of Swords. Okay, you've had a really painful rebirth here. You didn't have a rebirth that felt footloose and fancy free. It was like a rebirth that, like being reborn in a storm. Oh, okay. I'm sort of getting from the Star Trek storyline, like Tiberius Kirk. He was born on a starship that was in the middle of a fight. His mom literally went into labor when the ship was being like blown apart by Klingons or something like that. And then he was put as a newborn into a capsule and ejected away from the ship, and the ship blew up. Like that, I don't know. That's like that. That's what this looks like. Literally, like this is what that looks like. It's just crazy. And then and immediately in the rebirth, right? Like, so what is he? He is born an orphan. Well, he's not born an orphan, but the birth is because, like, right? Like, there's pain, there's sadness. Holy crap. That's the past. You've had your rebirth here. Now it's time to fly. You're walking towards strong magic again. You're walking towards strong magic. That's the wrong deck. Like, why is that deck so thick? The Five of Wands at the bottom. Look at that. There's like a battle there. A battle. Like, it's like you were reborn in a battle zone. You did not have a rebirth in a peaceful period. But that also saying that too, I don't know, you don't even have to be a Star Trek fan, but being born in that atmosphere made Kirk one of the best captains in terms of being able to navigate and understand a conflict and a fight, right? Like, you were not just rising out of the ashes. You were rising out of the ashes while there was still like a hurricane going on. For the extended Gemini, let's look at the Basset Hound. Look at the Basset Hound here. I'm gonna ask, who is this person and what is it that they're doing at this time? Your Basset Hound of Perseverance. There's two options in the description below if you would like to follow me to the extended. Thank you so much, Geminis. Until next time, be gentle with yourselves. Bye.